Hello, welcome to the tutorial on creating a royalty-free picture pooling web app with PIXABAY, REST API, and RADZEN. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to pixabay.com. So it tells me that they are storing free images and royalty-free stock to use. And after that, I'm going to click join. And I'm going to join with my Google account. I'm going to use Blazor. Okay. So it's logged into my Google. So finally, I've signed in with Google successfully to PIXABAY. So I'm going to edit my profile. So let me just say, save. Okay. So finally, I have my PIXABAY account. And now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to type PIXABAY API. PIXABAY API. So I click on PIXABAY Developer API. Get started. Let's click on Get Started. So here's the API. It's to search images. It's my API key. So let's make a sample request. So example, I paste on my browser sample request to the PIXABAY API, and this is the response I get. Now the next thing, so the next stuff for me to do is to start RADZEN. So So I'll click on new, create new, Blazor server side. I'm going to call the project picture puller. And I'll create a directory for the project. So I create a directory called picture puller. Select and click on create. So now the application is created. I'm going to click close. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'll click on my applications. I'm going to open picture puller solution using Visual Studio 2019. I'll say open with Microsoft Visual Studio 2019. So finally the project is open in Visual Studio. Go to Solution Explorer. I'll expand app settings to JSON. So I'm going to put in settings for my PIXABAY API key. Now where do I get that from? This is my API key. Copy it and I'll paste it here. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'll go I'm going to copy this sample API call. Copy it. Paste it in a new browser. Get the response. Now after getting the response, I'll copy the JSON that is returned. After copying the JSON that is returned, so I'm now going to type the address of JSON to C#.com. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this JSON. I'll put it here, I'll paste. Then I'll now say convert. So the JSON that was returned in the API call has now been converted to C# classes. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the generated C# classes. I'm going to copy them. I'll now go back to my project. I will open we have services. I'll now create a folder called models. New folder, call it models. Where is it? Okay, here we have models. So I'm now going to include this model folder project. So I'm going to right click on the models folder. So I'll say add class. Let me just call the name of the class root.cs. I'm now going to paste the C classes that were generated as the it class and the root class. After that, I'll click save. After that, I'll go to Solution Explorer. I'll right click on root.cs. I'll go to Properties. I'm going to copy from server to root.cs. Right click, say copy. Now go back to RADZEN. I'll open picture puller project. I'll go to settings. Then I'm going to add server/models/root.cs as part of the code ignore list. Also, the app settings.json file. Go to Solution Explorer and click on app settings.json. Right click on it and go to Properties. I'll also copy again from the server version. Copy, come back to RADZEN, put it here. So I'm telling RADZEN to ignore these two files. After that, I'll click save. Now I'm going to create a new page. So I'll click create page, empty page. Go to next. Let me call it home. Make it my start page. So I say save. After that, I'll click run. So the store has been created. I'll now go back to RADZEN. I'll click stop. this home prompt heading, I'm going to change it to search for picture. After that, I'll go to So after clicking search for picture, I'll go to toolbox. I'll drag a row and I'll drag a column. Now I'm going to search for label. So drop one. I change the text to enter search tab for image. Then I'm going to look for the text box. I'll call the text box txt search tab. After that, bring label in again. Here, I'm going to say select image type. And then after that, I'll bring a drop down list. Change it to DTL image type. Now looking at the documentation, image type can either be all photo, illustration, or vector. So at this point, I'll connect to SQL Server. I'll create a new database. Let's call it picture. Polar DB. Need to make the owner display. Okay. Then click on new table. Image type ID int, image type name, and backup 50. I make it primary key with image type ID primary key, and I make image type ID identity. I save the table as image types. I'm going to do a unique key on image type name, so I click on add type, unique key, image type name, then I go to image types, which were the top 200 rows, or all photo illustration and vector, or photo illustration and vector. After doing that, I'm going to open new notepad using administrative rights. I'm going to go back to RADZEN. I go to settings, and for now I'm going to copy out this server. I'm going to remove app settings or JSON from code ignore list. Click save. Put this here. I'm also going to copy this PIXABAY settings. I'm going to put it here in case it is overwritten. Now I'm going to go to data, click on new, on data, /, Moluwa. Database name is picture, Polar DB, user SA, password, click on a fast schema. Say finish. Go to picture Polar, click on my home page. I go to this drop down, then I go to data for the drop down, then I click on new, select operation, get image types. I'll select text property, image type name, value property, image type name. this point, I'm going to run the project. So when I run the project, I can select the different image types. Select. So now I'm going to stop project. Now this is my app settings.json. Database entry has been made. I'm going to go back to this place and go back to RADZEN, go to settings. I'm going to re-add app settings.json to put it my generation list. Now for a moment, let's check our models folder. We have one entry made in models folder for image type. I still have this, the JSON class I've created, class to represent my JSON activities. Now, I'm going to go to outline. I'm going to duplicate this row. So I say duplicate. But this time around, I'm going to delete all the objects in the second row. I'm going to look for a button. In fact, I'm going to look for two buttons. And a button is okay. Go to the style for the button. Sorry, go to properties for the button. I change the text to search PIXABAY. Then I go to style. Then going to style. I'll go to the margin. Let me see. I'm going to set the left margin to 275 px. I'll go to outline. I'm going to duplicate that row. Delete. I will go to toolbox and search for data grid. I'm going to drop data grid here. And I'll select page in outline. I'll go to events. I'll create a new variable. I'll select the set property. I'll call it search term. Initialize it to empty string. Set property. Search type. Make it empty string. Sorry, let me change this to image type. Then I'm going to create another property. I'm going to call it get image result. And the value will be new list of picturepuller.models.it. The property type, I'll make it enumerable of picturepuller.models.it. After that, I'll click done. Now, after that, I'll click on the data grid. I'm going to add. Okay, sorry. Okay, made a mistake there. After that, I'll click on the data grid. Now, the data for the data grid is going to be get image results. And after that, I'll select property, ID, and then I'm going to select property, preview URL. For the property ID, I'll change the title to image ID. Sorry, I'll go back to this preview URL. I'll change the title to preview image. Click OK. Looks like this. After that, go to columns, go to preview image, go to template, look for image, I'll drag and drop it here, set the path of the image to preview URL, click OK. I'll go to style, okay, the width is 50, the height is 50, say and template editing. Now I'll go back to the Visual Studio solution file. I'm going to open pages. I'll open home.razor. So I'm going to create a method. Private facing task. Fetch images. Fetch images. First thing, get API connection string. App settings. JSON. Get API connection string from app settings.json. So if you go to Solution Explorer, go to app settings.json. This is the API key. So you are going to write something like this. Var PIXABAY key is equal to new configuration builder dot add JSON file app settings.json.build dot get section PIXABAY settings PIXABAY key. Then of course you need to import this namespace. Microsoft extensions dot configuration. Then we have PIXABAY API URL dot string dot format. The key as a placeholder, the query string as second placeholder, and the image type is the third placeholder. So then we're going to have our clients, got a new REST client, PIXABAY API URL. Now here I'm going to install package REST sharp. So I'm going to say find and install latest version. So after installing REST sharp, the using for REST sharp is put at the top of the file. So all our clients go to new REST client, PIXABAY API URL by request is go to new request method of get iRest response for the client to execute request. The next thing I'm going to do is to serialize JSON response to C# objects. How do I do that? I'm going to say root my deserialized class equals to JSON convert the deserialized object root response.content. Sorry. I'm going to import Newton soft.json. I'm also going to import using picture puller.models. Now, if this realized object is not known, get it retrieved from PIXABAY. We have get image result is equal to my deserialized class.it. Now let's put the whole stuff in the try block. Let's have a batch block. Batch notification service. Notify application severity error. images from PIXABAY. Split this for to get the name of custom method we have created this fetch images. After getting the name of this custom method, I'll go to RADZEN, I'll click on the button, search PIXABAY, I'll go to events, I'll go to click, I'll click on execute C#. I'm going to say await fetch images, then I click on. Now let's run the project. After running the project, it says the type of namespace rest sharp cannot be found. So what do? Go back to the project. Install package rest sharp again. I'll make sure I save it. Let me run the project in Visual Studio first. Let me click stop here. Go to Visual Studio. Running the project in Visual Studio. So here is the project. I'm going to search for soccer. Then select image type. Let me say photo. Let's say search PIXABAY. Voila. So we are now pulling the images from PIXABAY. Now I'll go back to Visual Studio. I will stop the app. After stopping the app, I go back to RADZEN, go to pages, click add. I'll click on next. I'm going to create another page called image details. I'm not going to include it in navigation, then I'll click on save. Then I'll go to outline. I'm going to delete the page title. I'm going to look for a row, add it there. I'm going to look for a column, add it there. I'm going to look for a button. So for my button, I'll say return to home page. I'll go to outline. I'll duplicate the row. I'll delete the button in the second row. I'm going to add an image. Okay. I'll go back to pages. I'll click on my home page. I'll click on the grid. I'll go to properties. Sorry, no. I'll go to events. Then for row select. For row select, I'm going to undo the row select event. Now for the row select event, I'm going to select action type, open dialog. The title of the dialog will be image details. The page I'm going to, the path, I'll set it to image details. The width, I'm going to set to 800. The height, I'm going to set to 800. Then I'm going to set a parameter. And the parameter, I'm going to set it to ID. And the value, so set the name of the parameter to ID, and the value this time around, we set it to large image URL. Click OK, click Done. After that, we'll go back to image details. We'll click on the image. We are going to data bind the image, and we set the value of the image path to ID. Then for the image style, let's increase the something to 250px, 250px the width, 250px, 250px. Let's adjust it a bit. Now for the return to home page button, click on the return to home page button, go to events, and then we undo the click event. Say navigate to page, or let's just say close dialog. Close dialog. Done. And let's run our project again. So here the project has started again. Searching for rocket. Okay, let me search for Nigeria. Searching for Nigeria. Image type, let me select vector. Let's say search PIXABAY. Let me say Nigeria flag. Search flag. No, flag. No. Okay, let me run it from Visual Studio. Sometimes decided to run the project with Visual Studio. So let me just search for flag, which type 4, search PIXABAY, flag, flag, flag. Let me search for soccer, let me search for G. Still need to connect some of this. Desktop project. Check Visual Studio. So I go back here. Go back to home. Another button here. Set the left margin of the first button. Then to set it to 250 px. And I'm going to set the left margin of the other button to 10 px. Okay, come. Let's see. Left margin of this second button. Let's set the property of that button to set. Then I go to home.wizard.cs. Let's create another method. Private DC first reset. Go to events. To C#. So I'll just undo the click event that will be set for. Search for soccer.
So she will buy gift and send all of it as possible. Somebody else should be talk. Or yeah, I don't know, yeah, we saw that one. Sorry. Hello? Yeah, I'm done. Alright.
Okay,
Yeah,
I think I know where the issue is. So I'm going to stop.
when I want to,
This is where the issue is.
okay.
Go to this place.
What I was supposed to do.
Value of this of the drop down. Value of the drop down will be dollar image tag.
No, I'm sorry.
Value for the text
It's
box
not
will
one.
be
I'm sorry.
dollar
That one, no,
slash okay, is it
Okay, no, I
images
understand.
related to soccer display.
Is my body want to
View
get
this
this
particular
and I
image.
want to go and use for that?
The image. Return to home page. Reset.
That's it, we don't like because I was going on here. Why are you going
Search photo.
to
This one I have for Nigeria. Let me search
What is
for
that? I'm collecting 10% of
vector.
anything that you
Good.
said. 10%
Here's what comes up for Nigeria.
is my
View
is my
this.
pension. Pension. That's the pension. That's what I do. How we come and do it. What's the pension? What do you mean?
Whatever I put.
What is it? What is it?
Start this. I'm going to put so this one is black. For image details of Blazor, I'm going to create another method, private, basic, task, return to page. Go to pages and RADZEN, image details, image, events, change it to QC sharp, and leave the code. I'm going to return to home page.
Sorry, I don't know this.
I'm going to run.
Can you say please? and we see that picture. That's what I mean. I like it. That's why. Because they put it to
So now
what I've done.
when you search
What
for
I've done.
Nigeria network,
You now send a river to him over 3 months. Can't remember the that is your life. So yeah,
so now
it doesn't have like work.
so on this note, we end the lesson. Thank you for watching.